Hello! Thanks for joining us for the Bloodshot Eyes and Sore Thumbs podcast. Just another reason to stay up. Gang's all here. We're all here. The gang being the Eagle. His enemies know him as Scott. And Brent, the ringed shitty.
It works. No, it works.
I keep saying ringed every time I talk about the new Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I do that. Like I'm Shakespeare or something.
I mean,
like,
Dark Souls evokes, you just speak proper about it.
Yeah.
Go to Burger King. May I switch those fries out for yay old ringed onions?
The zestiest of sauces, please.
Yes. With the zestiest of sauce.
Yes, I would like a 12-piece wing of chicken.
Ooh.
They're just like giant, like at the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
But they're not on bone. They're just big nuggets.
Yeah.
Like big breaded nuggets. Okay. So what's on the lineup today? We want to talk about the new Destiny trailer and just even more flood of information after those teaser leaks. Yet another update from the old Rocket League lab. Musings on a new crazy fun indie title. And great news straight from the Ringed City.
Yeah.
It was couriered here by their Chamber of Commerce. They're apparently trying to push more tourism.
Nice.
It's pretty dirty around there. But we're trying something a little new here. If you haven't noticed our struggle with our integrity with spoilers, our compromise is we decided to get more complicated, and we're taking on we're trying to work out a duality philosophy. If you want to let me get all Jim Morrison with it, we are grateful and appreciative of every listener, and don't want what we call deep gaming conversations to exclude anyone from having fun with us by accidentally spoiling a plot or ending. We do this show to share because it makes us hyped. So we will have our show, and at the end, with, kind of like, you're at the bar and they lock the doors, but you're like cool with the bartender. So for all y'all who want to kick it while we polish the glasses, we'll spoil our little hearts out.
That's a good analogy. I'm with that.
Yeah, full of them.
Spoiler alert.
Analogy factory over here. Okay, so I guess some news that just came out. We mentioned the Rocket League update earlier, and it was kind of tough to find some new stuff, at least for me, guys, because of the. I didn't realize it was April Fools. It was April 1st, and that was the thing with the forum boards. There was a lot of crazy stuff up there. Did y'all catch that at all?
Oh yeah, you had to kind of tiptoe your way around everything. It's like, well, that looks pretty cool. Wait a minute. It's No, it can't be real. They're not going to put Gears of War 4 on 3DS. Get out of here. But
I think
it'd be cool.
I think the cursing alone in that game just obliterates Nintendo's policies on content, maybe. But
I guess you could do like the Splatoon goop instead of the blood. Maybe that would work.
I saw Sega was driving some people nuts that I saw with a picture of Bayonetta up there, and a lot of people are going crazy, wondering if it means Bayonetta 3, a PC import for Steam, or if it's just an April Fool's gag. Period.
Yeah, knowing Sega, it's probably just a gag.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it turns out the Rocket League update is not a gag. I
thought it was.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it is a Fate and Furious, movie tie-in DLC in which for $2 you're going to be able to download Dom Toretto's Charger. I mean, come on.
Who doesn't want that?
Hey, it's ridiculous.
You never had me. You never had your car.
I live my life a quarter boost pad at a time.
I never knocked on nobody. It was great. But yeah, sure enough, it's real. And I think that's pretty tight. Rocket League is just killing it right now with all this brand new stuff.
I mean, it's just every time I look at their Twitter, it's another update or something else is added. It's really cool.
What's this guy, sandwich crazy? Okay, I'm sorry. Enough of the Fast and Furious lines.
Oh, man.
As far as this past week, man, guys, I've just been up to a lot of the same. I've been hitting up the near, just near, just
Nice.
dude, it's getting super metal now.
Is it
My
tomato or
weapons are getting
tomato?
Yeah.
Automata?
Automata.
Automata.
There are so many vowels.
There it is.
So many vowels. I'll save the crazy stuff for our closing time, for our spoiler section. But man, it's getting weird, and I'm liking it more and more and more with every second.
So, has it pulled any new tricks on you? I mean, because I know the last time we talked about it, it was a 2D platformer and like a bullet hell shoot 'em up and 3D brawling. Anything else? Has it turned into a racing game or like a collectible card game?
Yeah, yeah, and amongst other things too. It's I've been taking a lot of captures of it. I'm gonna put up a special of maybe like not quite like a strict playthrough, but something to demonstrate my experience with Nier.
Yeah.
And it's taken just that. I've raced in it now too. I have never got what's the term when y'all are just flooded with enemies, like just copious, just ridiculous amounts of enemies. I have never been swarmed like I got swarmed on this game. And the past part I just cleared. I can't really go into it because I don't want to spoil it for nobody.
Like
but,
some Dynasty Warriors type of hack and slash through it?
Yeah, and they just mess with you. They mess with you because you have platformer problems, even down to class stuff. You're running on a conveyor belt that's going the opposite direction that you're trying to go, and things are getting stamped by giant pistons. Like somebody, like this was the best idea they can come up with in a world where androids are a thing. But anyway, like you're trying to do that, and then just steam comes out of nowhere and just covers up the screen, and you just have to remember where you're at for a few seconds, and not get crushed by the whatever.
That just sounds awful.
It's fun, though. No, I mean, it's cool because it's kind of like, man, I do get that Dark Souls-y vibe. Like, this game is about, like, throwing in all kinds of different stuff and just punishing you.
Yeah.
Like, every time something new comes out, I'm like, like, I laugh now at the creativity of that they go into trying to kill old player one.
Sounds like Dark Souls meets Sonic the Hedgehog.
My brain just splattered all over this laptop.
Gotta go
if
fast.
the recording cut, dude, you just blew my mind, dude.
Big pistons
like
coming
I'm
out
talking
of nowhere.
like
That's
the
what I thought of, like
consistency
Sonic
of
the Hedgehog,
chili
right?
dog is all over the place right now. That was brilliant. I would have to agree.
Well, like, is Nier kind of like, do you get loot and stuff? Like your like weapons and gear and stuff?
Crazy loot, but it's so at first I was like, okay, well, this might be a baby game because everything I kill, I'm getting just huge amounts of loot. And I also have chips, luck type chips. I'm not going to go into it, but that kind of dynamic in a game where you have that going on and it doubles your drops, triples your drop rate, and better stuff. But the upgrading system is so complex and so intricate, and there's so many different items, they're really not dumping stuff on you.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're going to use the stuff or not for an upgrade. Because you'll need stuff like mushrooms and pure water to upgrade your droid, your pod.
Sounds like Thursday for me. Just kidding. No mushrooms.
Still on that paleo routine, huh?
Woo! Living like a caveman.
Pure water and natural rubber. Like a hip-hop duo.
Oh, my God.
In other Jacob news, my base is coming on nicely.
And this is in whose sky? Or No Man's?
Something besides a man's, because it's No Man's Sky.
Well, if you're in the sky, wouldn't it technically be at least one man's sky?
I'm
sorry. A dude's
man.
sky.
I don't have any more brains here to be blown. I can't. Y'all are being like Alan Watts on me today. I can't handle it. I don't have enough incense.
Alan Watts hit me up.
Me and Eagle talked before this. We're like, let's just blow Jacob's mind.
Alan Watts is super dead, bro.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not in my heart, dude.
But totally
Don't
check
speak
out his
for me.
lectures, by the way. Not making light of all that. But yeah, I'm just chilling in my base, best base alive in Galaxy Nuh-uh. And
I hope that another person pulls up in your galaxy at one point. It's just like,
Nuh-uh.
yeah, it's Galaxy Nuh-uh on.
Or they're gonna look over and be like, "Hey, babe, look, it's nuh-uh It's a new galaxy.
Honestly, you joke, but that's not quite a stretch because I renamed that planet from hyphen. So I don't know. It looks like somebody had a stroke and passed out on their keyboard, and
Oh no.
that's just how they named the planets.
Because everything in that game, it's all like procedurally generated, right? Like the planets and names and even the stuff on it, right?
Yeah, it gets kooky.
Have you seen any cool animals or like weird plants?
All over the place. They have I can't say that I have like inside information on, but it certainly looks like they have just this database of animal parts, and it's just a roll of animal part dice. What you get on a planet. I lucked out because planet is I think it's something that the whole Bud system has in common with its 5 planets is that it's blessed with a yellow sun in a very temperate climate, so I don't have to worry about frost or radiation because this is homework. You have to actively stay alive.
But like gathering stuff and...
Yeah, you have to feed your shields, you have to feed yourself, you have to... all that stuff. But anyway, I've just been base building. That's it. It's easy because it's kind of part of the regular game mission right now. With that new Pathfinder update, I just got all the Spadodium. That's my favorite Outcast album.
Wow.
Push that bus. I can't get a bus, but I can get a medium exo car, and that'll save me from walking.
All right.
I
like exo cars.
and those rovers are new to an update, right?
I believe, yeah. Yeah, I'm new to the PlayStation game, but that's what I hear because everybody that I talk to, I have a friend at work who plays No Man's Sky a lot, and he didn't know about it. I told him about you can have vehicles now, and his reaction was literally, "What?" Which is the name of the 3rd planet in the Bud system, by the way. I forgot about that.
Now, does Little John look over this galaxy?
No.
Is there an star cluster?
No, it's not. He doesn't watch because he said I could do it all by myself, and then said, "Let me see you do it," and I did it, and he's like, "You're good." He's like, "Let me see you do it."
Oh,
and it was like, "Hey!" And so now I'm good.
All right,
I didn't.
it's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
So like when you're building your base on this like your planet and stuff, how does the base building work? Do you have to like buy parts, or can you just craft at will, or just place stuff?
It's pretty easy in a sense. Like it's a collection of blueprints that you have, but they give you all the basics right off the bat. So you just have to have iron. That you can't just go to any old base or any old planet and just start pouring a foundation or anything like that. You have to find an abandoned building. So what that, when you're up in the bando, you can start like, getting everything looking nicer. And what that means is, what I think that means is that the planets are kind of pre-planned of where you can put a base in the first place. So there's iron everywhere, iron all over the place to be able to harvest and just keep building corridors and rooms. You need rooms to get your special terminals. Like I need to have an exo vehicle terminal. And then I had to go find a technician at the space station and hire him.
Oh, pay him?
Yeah, there were like 5 of them waiting outside. They just hopped on.
Did you look at like resumes or just kind of whistle at them like you needed a gardener?
No, he was pretty intimidating.
So what does he come to, like, do you like have to take him to your planet, or he just pops up there, or just let you know what's what?
He teleports. He pops up there, but the game kind of covers its tracks and says he used the teleporter. You can do the same if you like.
Ah, fast travel, eh?
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely teleport to your home planet once you get that all set up. And you even have to build a little thing to save. But I don't know. I don't want to go on forever about this.
I mean, but overall, is it fun for you? I mean, are you having a good time with it?
Yes, because I make it fun.
Okay.
Like
a backwards baseball cap. Sometimes you just gotta make it fun.
Word.
Just making it fun.
You just gotta go against this.
Sitting in traffic.
Sounds like a therapist statement for you. Like, make it fun. Just make it fun.
Nah, dude, it's actually pretty chill. It's cool.
No, it's tight.
But speaking about flying around the galaxy,
oh,
Eagle,
no.
Eagle, how did you spend your week? I'm sorry to put you on blast, bud, but
I mean, my family might be ashamed, but I romanced aliens for hours.
Oh, are they not that progressive? They're not into all the alien races yet.
Whole new meaning to Casa Nova. Get it like space humor. Like
No,
Sorry.
man. I played a lot of Mass Effect this week. It's got its hooks in me, man. This game is just uber long, so I'm in for the long haul, seeing what happens in this galaxy. It's crazy out there.
when you say crazy, like what? I don't get it. Like I just haven't played it that much yet.
Yeah, so like basically like the structure of the game is, you have planets that you can land on, do your missions, fight and explore, like third-person combat. You can roam around your ship with your crew, get missions, talk to them, or you can go to kind of like the Nexus, which the other game's called like the Citadel, kind of like your hub area. Meet people, go on missions as well. Kind of sounds like you do the same thing everywhere, but it's yeah, you meet people, do missions. It's kind of one of those things.
Old video games.
But no, so the pacing of it, they kind of leave it up to you. So you go out and fight and explore, until you want to leave and go check out another planet or hang out with your crew. And today, I'm like 30 hours in, and I had some really like emotional, tough decisions I had to make, with enemies and, squad mates and stuff. This game has some really cool interactions like that, really deep, thought-provoking things.
Does it make you make pretty big decisions?
Yeah. And there is, like, sometimes there can be a lull in that stuff. You kind of just shooting some aliens, opening containers, crafting loot. But when the story hits with, real deep stuff, it's really, really powerful.
So, obviously the Mass Effect games are pretty famous for, having these awesome, vocal trees or... what are they specifically called?
Like the dialogue trees?
Yeah, like dialogue tricks. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like those are, well known for that. But you say, you land on this planet and do a mission there. Is it repetitive at all? Like, in some open world games, it's, escort this person here.
Only
assassinate
that John
this person
Legend
over
song
and
they used to
over
play
and
on the
over.
trailer. I'm an ordinary human. No, I don't know. It's I just thought it was a little weird music for that trailer.
No, it
Sorry,
is.
go ahead.
It is not fitting. But no, Brent, to what you were saying, so yes and no. So, you do a lot of fetch quests and you do a lot of go here and scan this or go here and oops, you're ambushed and fight your way out.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, that was close. Yeah. But the thing that I'll give it over some other games in this fashion are, the story of why you're, going to scan this or you're going to get ambushed, is actually pretty cool for the most part. You're,
right.
You hear from a mom who's like, I lost my son. He was on a patrol. Can you go get him? And, you get out there and you find his body all ripped to shreds. And it's like, well, we better go find the people that did this. And so it's not so much as go here, kill those people, and report back in. You feel connected to it. Like you want to go,
right.
Get revenge or, explore. There's a lot of mystery in the game, which is cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so with all of that, and this being the first one in the series that you've played, are you curious to go back and play the old ones? Because I'm curious to go back and play them and then play Andromeda, quite honestly, because from what I've seen, I'm really intrigued about Andromeda. I think it looks like a really good game, aside from all the hoopla of the little facial glitches that people seem to hold on to so dearly.
Yeah, they're there.
I didn't say anything.
But,
no, I'm not. I'm just saying.
To bring up the animations and, kind of the heat that it's been getting on the internet, I played a little bit of Ghost Recon Wildlands this week, which is one of the best-selling games of the spring, and, its facial animations and dialogue are piss poor compared to Mass Effect's, and nobody's given that any flack. So, but I do understand that Mass Effect is held in a very high regard. So, when you have a pedigree like that, you kind of open yourself up for, some shots if you're not of that quality again.
Right.
But to answer your question, I don't really want to go back because over the course of me playing this game, I've kind of made up my own story for where these people have come from.
Yeah.
And who knows if that's better or worse than what's already there.
Yeah.
But I like the Solarians, Tyrians, and Ansari. Like, they're cool races, and I don't know if that I would spoil the way I feel of them playing the older games.
It's like when you sing a song with the wrong lyrics for years, and somebody like enlightens you, and you're just like, nah.
No, it's not 4 posts on your bed. Come on now.
Every morning. Sorry. I can't help myself, dude.
I like that song before the lyrics were correct.
But to sum it all up, I guess, Mass Effect is really cool. I recommend that you all play it. I'd love to spoil the story. Maybe we can get into some spoilers later at the end of the show. A few things. This is a game full of mystery, so there are certain things I won't tell you until you see it yourself. But it's really cool, man. I'm enjoying my time there.
Would you be interested in DLC? Is this the type of thing where you think they're going to do that?
It depends. So the multiplayer is not special to me. I don't find myself enjoying that too much. So depending on how the story ends or where it goes, DLC could be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just depending.
Yeah. Maybe weapons or armor and stuff. That stuff can be pretty cool. So they have a chance to improve it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mass Effect, folks. Of course, that's not the only thing going on in Xbox world. We talked about the Rocket League DLC coming up earlier. One thing I want to talk about is this. Have y'all seen this game, Paladins?
Sure have,
Heard
but
about it.
How is this legal?
Overwatch, why are you not suing these people?
How is this legal?
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Well, so I was invited to play in the beta, and I did check that out a little bit earlier this week. Played for a few hours, and its similarities to Overwatch are, yes, it is all over the place. But it does have its own cool swing on things, so there is something to be said for it, and it is fun.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, I remember when I was younger, my grandmother brought me a shirt that said Teenage Mutant Ninja Geckos.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. And one of them was yellow. Just super bootleg. Just shamelessly bootleg. I'm talking about T-shirts, not video games here, though, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was laughed at. So that's what I think about those kinds of things.
You trendsetter, you.
With you.
I don't know. To me, that just seems like the equivalent of like somebody on Price is Right that bids $1. Like, you.
It does. It has some stinky stuff in it because it is free to play. So not even all the characters.
You have to pay for unlimited time.
Say what?
You have to play. You have to pay to get unlimited time. I think they still limit you.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, they've got some weird hooks in it. The console version that I was in, they give you like 1 or 2 characters, and then you kind of buy the rest or unlock them with in-game currency. And there is a little factor of the people who play a lot will have unlocked better characters and better abilities for the characters. So I could see there being kind of like a pay-to-win, sticky side to that.
Yeah.
Pay to win on console sounds frightening.
Ugh.
I can understand that on a cell phone, but on a console, come on, guys.
I mean, even though it's a standard on a cell phone, it's still not any good. It doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, that's not the only thing. Eagle's telling us, tell me more about Snake Pass.
Man.
Snake Pass.
Snake Pass. Yeah, don't say it too loud. It's Snake Pass.
I'm
slither by the
snake.
microphone.
I'm a snake.
Slither a snake.
I'm a snake.
I bet we're triggering a whole bunch of people right now. Sorry, guys.
Triggered.
No, so I heard about Snake Pass from an interview with one of the creators who had a really cool story. He was kind of creating maps and things for Little Big Planet, if you remember that game.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. I played through some
Yeah.
Little Big Planet.
Little sack boys here and there, you know.
Yeah.
But he spent a lot of
Please
time
don't
creating
say that.
maps.
It's my nickname.
I don't want to know why.
Sackboy.
I don't
On
want to
it.
know why.
Yeah, you do.
It's only been a couple years. It's, you know. It's not like everybody calls me that.
Yeah.
Just the inner circle.
Select few.
The ringed circle.
So, of onion. So tell me about Snake Pass.
So, anyways, long story short, this guy got a job from Sumo Digital, the guys that were doing Little Big Planet, from making his own maps. So it was like a cool success story. And he kind of stumbled into making a cool snake in Unreal Engine. And they prototyped it and turned it into a cool platforming game in which you control a snake and you kind of go through levels in which you have to like collect a whole bunch of things. But it is like heavy physics based and you control this snake and it's crazy, but it is a lot of fun.
It looks great.
Dude, it
It looks
is
a lot of fun.
it is like it'll trigger your like your fear of heights and like sweaty palms and stuff. As you're gripping and coiling around stuff. It's fun.
I can't look at it and not think Banjo-Kazooie.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know, just looking at it
Oh yeah.
as you're playing through.
It's definitely one of those like go around the level and collect everything. You know, each level probably has like 30 or 40 things to collect.
I'm talking just the literal animation too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bright colors and fun
Big ol'
stuff.
eyeballs.
Yeah. Snake's name is Noodle. It's fitting.
Snake, I'm a little snake. Any shout outs to Solid?
Oh, dude. So I laughed out loud. The achievements, they have several achievements that are based off of Metal Gear jokes. Like,
Nice.
I fell off the map 5 times in a row, and I got an achievement called Punish Snake, and it was like death is not anything.
Nice.
Excellent.
But so definitely check it out. I'm sure you'll get some inside jokes with Metal Gear. It'll be good.
Yeah. Just because something's an indie game, they don't get the pass to like make me like it. I don't know. I don't force myself to like some of this stuff. But there have been a couple diamonds in the rough as far as, the little $15 games.
Yeah.
Has come out. A lot of them for me have been, I don't know, there've been so many big titles coming out that I don't really spend the money on the indie stuff that much. And besides like everything, which is
That looks fun.
old. It's already getting kind of old, man.
Have you checked that out? Is the
Yeah.
Dude, tell me about that.
Oh well, I mean, it's just you're hopping around. You just experience what it's like to be everything, and it's just kind of blowing your mind. I get caught up in the stars a lot.
Oh, like
A
in
lot.
the Cosmos.
Yeah, like I just keep going and going and going. I mean, there's just not really a lot there. But it wasn't that expensive, and I actually had a little Sony PlayStation card or whatever, thing. So it took a dent out of the price.
That's cool.
But back on the PS3, I remember playing a game called Rain. You were the Spectre, and you were looking out for a younger Spectre, kind of progressing through these levels. It was a top-down view, well, almost three-quarter top-down view, and nobody could see you. But there were also invisible demons that you had to keep your eyes out for, and the only way you can really see where you're at is following your footprints, or if you're in the rain will kind of outline your silhouette. And you have to
Illuminate
use that a
you.
lot. Yeah, kind of platformy,
Mhm.
more of a puzzle thing. But you have to run away from a lot of enemies. There's not a fighting aspect to that. I remember playing Tokyo Jungle.
Ooh.
This game was ridiculous. Have y'all ever heard of that?
No.
Tokyo is overtaken by nature, and there are so many species of animals you can be.
And you play as the animals, right?
Yeah, you can be,
yeah.
You can be a bird, you can be a chihuahua, you can be a goat.
Yeah.
And you just kind of have to make it in post-apocalyptic Tokyo.
Googling it, I totally remember like seeing screenshots and stuff of this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
what
it's
is this?
ridiculous.
This is like everything. That's what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, those little games. I remember Monaco, The World Is Yours. It's kind of a skills based. You build a team, but it's more of a puzzler. You build a team, and it's a whole heist
Sounds like a
format.
James Bond
thing.
game.
Not quite. More like a Ocean's 11 type stuff. And you build your team. You know, you have your tinkerer, you have your demolition person, you have your, and you kind of load out the people that you'll need for each job. But it's like a 32-bit experience, like top down, like meant to look retro. What else have I played? The Unfinished Swan. That game I felt like I was gonna have a seizure though, because of all the way the animation is. But it's beautiful. Do y'all remember Numa? Breath of Life.
Yeah, I remember checking that out on.
Yeah,
Xbox.
I love that for the people showing off the Unreal 4 engine. That was right when it was just got out there.
It was
And
some
Numa was one of the
really
first.
cool looking like set pieces and environments for sure.
It looked great.
Some
Yeah.
tough puzzles, man. Too. I mean, that was not an easy game in some spots.
Nope. And other than that, I just played like Brothers and Braid and the staples. You showed me that game Inside. That game was cool.
Yeah, I played that
Creepy.
last year. Brent, did you check that out at all? Inside?
Inside? No.
Yeah, that was a cool game. Have you ever heard of Limbo?
Oh,
Yeah,
Limbo.
absolutely.
All right, so the dudes that did Limbo made this game called Inside. It's kind of like their new game, and it's super awesome. Like really
Yeah,
cool.
I'm looking at some screenshots. A little more colorful, and when I say a little more colorful than
Yeah, like two more colors.
Limbo, yeah, like literally two more colors.
They use
Yeah,
grays instead of straight blacks. You know, it's nice.
Yeah, and the only maybe a little bit of red here and there. Yeah.
But that game's really cool because it has a really vague story that you can kind of interpret for yourself, kind of like Limbo. And one of the things that's just top notch is your animations of the little boy running around and jumping.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice.
Yeah, that game was. Man, that game stumped me a couple times.
Had some really tough
Good.
puzzles. Yeah, no joke.
Any more indie experiences? Anything from Brent? Anything like that?
The only thing I can think of, just right off the top of my head, is have you guys ever heard of Little Inferno?
The name
I had
rings
it
a
on
bell.
the PC, I got it years ago. I played it on a laptop just because I heard about it. It's basically this silly little game that you just burn different objects in a fireplace to continue the story, and you have to combine certain things. You can have a teddy bear, but then eventually you'll be able to unlock a dynamite stick or some fireworks or different things like that, and you have to make certain combinations of things and how you burn them in this little fireplace. And it actually turned out to be a pretty thoughtful game. It's not just you burning things. There's a whole story behind it, and I liked it a lot. It's not very long, but it's pretty fun. Check it out. I'm sure it's almost free on Steam now.
What was it called one more time?
Little Inferno.
Little Inferno. It's those weird ones that kind of stick every once in a
Alright,
while.
guys, have you guys ever played the Cube games? I believe they're called Cube. They're escape puzzle games. They're just on browsers.
I've played plenty of the escape games. Ugh.
You know what I'm talking about?
The open the door, exit, escape room type games.
No, it's one I guess studio that makes all these games, but it's you're in one room pretty much, and you have to figure. It would take me sometimes 2 hours to beat this one game in one room. It's kind of like those, but a lot more in depth with a story behind it and everything. It's it has to do with time travel and
You don't know what it's
interdimensional
called?
beings. No, there's a lot of them. They're always called I'm failing to remember who makes these games, but they're just they're just browser games. I'm sure you might be able to download them on Steam, maybe.
Well, If somebody's listening at some point in time that can help us out,
Cube Games, Escape the
tweet
Cube.
Brent.
Yeah, please.
Is it a board
help me out.
game? I'm looking at a board game called Cube.
No, it's not a board game.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be.
Well,
Silly, man.
speaking of small little indie games, did you guys check out the Destiny 2 trailers?
Yeah.
I sure did. Checked them out.
Any thoughts on those bad
know.
boys?
I don't know what I think about him, man. But, corny. Corny is what I'll say.
For sure.
But I don't know. I don't want to be too hard on it.
Yeah,
I just-
I'm really excited for this game, but I kind of agree with you. It's just kind of seemed not Destiny's style.
Stark difference from the when they're blaring like immigrant song. Wasn't that it that they did that? It's like and they're on their little sparrows, like right?
Yeah,
Or
it was
am I
something
just-
like that. It was like Journey
Man.
or AC/DC or something.
Man.
Yeah. I don't know, like just the one thing that stuck with me again, just like this whole kind of silly, corny thing, like you guys are saying, trying to make this whole thing like a joke, like, "Hey, remember us? Like, it's all good," and then they try to justify that everything that you worked for in the first one, you are for sure losing it. Nothing is being ported over, but it's okay because there's more stuff to go collect. And it's like, you're not selling me on this anymore. I'm very skeptical. I've been burnt by the first one,
Yeah.
and I'm just that didn't do anything for me.
I mean,
That definitely didn't win me over.
Looking closer into it and just, kind of letting it swish around in my brain a little bit, it's just like, is the comic relief just asking the public permission to take it easy on them in the event of future mistakes?
Yeah,
Because
that's exactly
I kind
what
of
it
feel
is.
like I'm trying to be won over. But, I'm not trying to be one side with this. Like, on the other side of things, I do take this injection of charm, maybe as a sign that the narrative is, everything's going to be a lot more immersive,
Yeah.
once it comes out.
Well,
I
they're
hope-
definitely leaning into that. What's his name? Cade 6 character. The
Yeah, dude, that guy got a lot of
Jeez.
work on this one.
Well,
They really,
'cause-
I mean,
well,
go right ahead.
Well, what I was going to say is, if you played, Vanilla Destiny when it came out in the first year, like you and I did for sure, Jacob. I don't know, Brent, when you played.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
that he wasn't really a character. He was the guy that you got armor from every now and then.
Yeah.
He kind of came out in the Taken King update, and there's a
I
piece
liked
of me that's worried that, everybody liked the Taken King, but are they latching onto the wrong parts of it? Like, Cade 6 didn't make the Taken King for me.
Right.
So, I hope they don't lean into the wrong things. And I got to be honest, the justification for all of us losing all of our gear is the tower just gets blown up. Like, all right.
Yeah, like it's just gone, I guess. And that one trailer too, where they're rallying the troops. I mean, I can just kind of see it as like, all right, this is them talking to two types of people. You have his name escapes me right now. The blue dude, what's his name? The awoken fella. That's the head vanguard of the Titans.
Oh, I can't remember his name. I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, he's talking, the one, and then Cade's over there, with his best impression of Deadpool over on the other side. Of it.
Yeah.
And it's like you have your two types of fans. You have him yelling out at the diehard fans. The guys that are just going to deal with it no matter what. And they're like, yeah, we're going, yeah. And then on the other side of things, you have, like, I liken the rally, it's like the might be pre-order crowd that side of it. And on the other side, you have old boy talking to his war dogs. And, I don't know. The people that are going to crave the next installment, even though they're going to lose everything, as I do a quiet 90s fist pump in, I secretly, I'm like, because Destiny burned me so bad, like, I don't mind all those raid people losing all their stuff, all their Gallarhorns.
Screw you.
But Cade's trying to talk these skeptical peeps, like this mercenary crowd, into playing the next game. Like, are we those folks? Like, you know, I don't know.
No, I think you just nailed it with that. I think that's exactly. I mean, if that's not what they were going for, that's definitely what this is. And by the way, the blue dude, Commander Zavalda, is that
Zavala.
Thank
Is that
you.
Zavala? Thank you.
Yeah. So everybody
Yeah,
can
yeah.
stop screaming at their radios. It's,
Yeah.
it's Commander
It's okay.
Zavala. He's the
okay.
blue dude.
I like to scream.
But no, man, I think you just nailed it with that. I think not only, that is exactly what's happening, and I guess they probably can feel that, and if they just made a little joke about it, I guess so be it. Still, you have won me over no more than I was 2 weeks ago.
And
Sorry.
isn't he a robot? They drink, and they eat ramen. Apparently, what?
Yeah, dude, have you never seen
What?
Futurama?
Yes, I have seen through. Yeah, good point.
Give me
Touche.
some of that
Well
slurm.
Well played.
Mm.
Oh man.
Well, so what else you got?
Well, I mean, that's all. That's all I really had to say about Destiny. Other than we just got the release date of September 8th, and
Yeah.
Well, so
I don't know. They've
did
already
you see
pretty much
the
been.
collector's edition? And like
God, yeah.
That's what I was gonna bring up, man. Like,
$250 for the collector's edition. You get this weird-looking backpack, and we don't even know what the game looks like yet.
like why? Like, show us the game. Like,
But it's a backpack from the future.
That backpack
I mean-
better hold some exotic engrams for me, I swear.
I'm sure it does. It's from the future.
Well, let's just drop it, boys, before we get to antsy in our pantsies here.
I know it sounds
Brent.
negative, but I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
I'm still gonna check it out.
I'm not gonna be a day oneer.
Brent has
That's
spent
all.
some time in the yay old ringed city.
Yeah, I got out of the tower and I went down into the ringed city.
Dude,
Yeah, man.
Is it tight and dope
I would definitely describe it as tight and dope.
and slash or
walking-
dope or definitely and dope?
Oh, definitely and.
And
I'm still
walking
thinking about
into
Burger King's onion rings being tight and dope. I'm sorry.
dude.
those are tight and dope as
Dude,
well.
A1 steak sauce, bud. They're great. Not sponsored by Burger King.
But yeah, I mean, walking into the supposed last city that is going to be new in the Dark Souls universe is sad, but I was very excited. Recently, and I couldn't confirm this because the entire website was in Japanese, where this interview apparently took place, and I was trying to use my Google and interpret, but it was, I don't know, kind of sketchy. But apparently Miyazaki says that they are not working on anything
Yeah.
Dark Souls at all right now.
That's
But
so
he-
Dark Souls of them. That's so Dark Souls. You gotta respect it.
So edgy, so edgy.
It's so cool. Like, I mean, I bet he drinks Hendrix and tonic. He's one
I
of
bet
those
he
guys.
drinks that out of an Estes flask. Like,
I think in the Dark Souls 3 like premium like super pro collector's edition, you actually got like an Estus flask that you could use.
what?
Better. Why wouldn't
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Miyazaki said that he's not working on anything that is Dark Souls, but he is working on things that he's very excited about. And I mean,
Darker Souls?
it's easy for me to say, but Bloodborne is not Dark Souls. It's almost not the same universe in the slightest, other than maybe some items and maybe some people mentioned. So that's exciting. I haven't played Bloodborne yet, but I feel like what they're going to put out, might be along the same lines.
Well-
So walking into the city, I was pretty sad, but really pumped because here's the end of this series that I have grown to love
Looks
very
great.
much. Oh man, yeah, it's beautiful, it's big, it's exciting, it's mysterious, but at the same exact time, every corner you round, you got your shield up, but then something kind of hints at a little piece of lore that you've always been wondering about. I haven't went through all the items and read all the descriptions and really figured out if I can piece the missing parts together, which I still need to go back and do, and I will. But for the most part, it's kind of filled in some gaps in strange ways that I wasn't expecting, but it was exciting. And really my only biggest gripe about it is that it wasn't longer, and just kind of a lot of the items seem to be focused on PvP play and not PvE. I'm not a big PvP player.
Well,
Yeah.
according
Borderline.
to my Twitter today, it seemed like giant door is the new meta.
Yeah, giant door is.
Spicy meaning.
I actually passed that item up the first time running through that where it was. I went back and got it, and I was like, "What
Is that the great shield?
This?"
That's the great
Yeah,
shield,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a great shield. If you dual hand it, you have basically a giant half of a door on each hand.
It looks
Yeah.
hysterical. I saw
it's
people
pretty-
griefing other players with it earlier.
Oh, absolutely. It's pretty
I don't know how you can
ridiculous.
get around it.
I don't know. I haven't really seen many people mess around with it yet, but it's some of the stuff seems a little trolly. Just like they're just trying to have fun with it.
That's so
but,
Dark Souls.
It seems
So
like a nice,
edgy,
So Dark
because
Souls.
this could potentially be like the last piece of content, for the game. Does it seems like
As
a
far as
good
we know, it
sunset?
is.
Like, does it seem like they wrap it up nicely or leave it open?
Well, but wrap it up nicely. No, that's not.
so Dark Souls.
That's not Dark Souls. No, it's open and ambiguous, but at the same exact time, things are there for you to piece everything together.
Mhm.
They want you to do the lore work, and it is there, and it's not perfect, but it's there. You can see how they did attempt to, if not wrap it up. I was
What's your favorite new
kinda
weapon?
Well, the Exalted Greatsword, just because it got a huge buff and it's like super OP right now, but it's not even from the Ring City.
Mm.
I really haven't messed with many of the new weapons, but one of the first weapons you get is a dagger, but when you go into your weapon art, it becomes a long sword.
Oh,
Or a straight sword, I should say, but it's like a lightsaber. Like,
Oh,
the it's like a dagger, but then it becomes a long sword, and it's like glowing. I think
rock
that's
and
just pretty
roll.
cool. Yeah, just to do some fashion souls with that.
That's pretty
run around
tight.
With that. Not super powerful, but it looks cool, and the weapon art's pretty fancy with it. But
nice.
other than- got messed up by a lot of angels. Took a lot of angel, I don't know, great arrows to the face, but I got through it. I beat it. Aside from one boss, that is the only optional boss,
Gotta go back and get him.
and I can't beat him. I can't do it, man. It's very hard. It's
There's some cool bosses.
I can't wait to the spoiler
Oh,
section
yeah.
because I want to hear about it.
yeah. I'm waiting to reveal what I still have yet to beat and the bosses.
In the trailers, I'm seeing a statue of a king with like the Gwyn crown, like handing down
Yep.
a crown to like this like cowering creature. And did I see a dragon? Like, dude, I can't wait.
You sure did, bud. You sure did see your dragon.
Fucking dragons.
Dragons, man.
Hell yeah.
They're back, or I guess still there. Yeah, man. No, very.
They
fun.
never left.
They
Yeah.
they never left.
Well,
Yeah.
anything else on old Dark Souls, boys?
Yeah.
No, I still
Um,
have yet to finish this up. It is staring me in the face every day. I just tremor at the thought of going back in. I'm so rusty.
I'll say with everything though, this did bring back a feeling of frustration in the classic Dark Souls way, in a very good way. And not just I was frustrated once, I was frustrated several times, and that's why I started playing and loving it. So
Still got the
I
hooks in
was
it.
was happy with it. Yeah, of course.
It's tight.
So we got some good news. Otherwise, this part is let's talk to the listeners a little bit, guys.
Hey, listener.
Hey,
Let's turn the lights down low.
how you doing?
We have a spotlight on you. That's right.
What do you-
you
What are
in
you
the crowd.
What are you wearing?
I don't have a
That's
shirt
it.
on.
You can see what they're wearing because there's a spotlight on them.
Oh, okay.
Red
all right.
dress, rose in
Mm.
their hair.
Yeah.
You're my
Krista
desert rose.
Berg. singing in the background.
But it's an obese man.
Oh no! Abort!
LL
Abort
Cool
mission.
J mix, just the slow songs.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I want to talk to let's talk to these people about the evolution of the best podcast. We got our logo, guys.
Hey.
And it is sweet. A logo is required to get to posting. So if you're hearing this right now, I don't even know why I'm talking to you like this because you'll be listening to past info. But I don't know. It's a big deal for us. We have some episodes saved up, and I'm nervous and excited at the same time, boys. But we got everything we need to do a big old dump of episodes and say hello, world.
I ate a lot of cheese today, so that might be a little trouble.
A little postponed. Postponed dumpage.
We have the SoundCloud ready and raring. We're going to be trying to get in with the favorite podcast catching software. Mm-hmm. And so you, if you find us, tell a friend. Tell us. Talk to us. We would love to start meeting people and going to get our live stream department up and running. It reminds me of Fallout Shelter. You know how you start from nothing and then you just kind of
where can they talk to us directly?
Well, I don't know if we're gonna do the long blue list of crap, which I mean I guess you pretty much have to these days. We'll probably do a Facebook, but we have a Twitter set up, ready to start talking. You can always email us at edgystances@gmail.com. All that stuff can be in the liner notes too. And as we grow, perhaps our social media presence will grow as well.
Yeah.
Si, senor.
Yeah, I just really can't wait to start meeting people and start doing some live shows.
Leave a review. Give us some feedback.
Yeah, it would really be great because I haven't really done anything like this before, but I love podcasts and I love gaming, and so I wanted to take a swing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Home run, bro. I'll give you 5 stars.
So clap.
So otherwise, away from the keyboard, guys, you guys got anything going on? AFK?
Yeah, I mean, you already know what I'm doing. It's just realm grinder, man.
Dude, it's just grinding that realm, chilling.
It's just
with
realm
the
grinder
elves.
all the way down.
Yeah,
I mean, it's every day. I don't
did
talk
that in
about
Bit
it,
City.
but it's every day.
Bit Papa, still in charge of the block. Stay strong.
Killers
What
don't
up, what
talk,
up?
bud. What, you a cop?
Nah, bruh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. I'm from No Man's Sky.
You don't know no slang. You don't know that lingo. So, I don't. Yeah. Bit City. I've kind of plateaued out a little bit. I'm at a point where I have to construct 20,000 buildings. I'm about 3,000 in. So it's getting a little boring, but it's provocative enough to keep me going. And yeah, I just in Realm Grinder I just unlocked the dwarves.
Yeah, you did.
Well, that's
Which
cool.
took me
Everybody likes dwarves.
months. I'm talking months to get
Prodigy.
to where you are. Yeah.
Prodigy.
You know,
Expert.
Jacob's got that Tapper software. He's changing his clock in the middle of the night, changing it forward.
He doesn't even have the clicking software, and I do.
They obviously streamlined this game so people wouldn't rage quit and walk away from it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, very cool.
So, it's that
Eagle,
awkward
what
time of the
have you
night
been
again.
doing, bud?
Wait, what?
What? Anything from you, Eagle? AFK?
Not really, man. I've been spending most of my time at my Xbox, like a good gamer, man. Just non-stop, sore thumbs. Eyes are pretty bloodshot. I'm exploring planets, controlling snakes. Typical Overwatch. Y'all ready to know?
Yeah, man.
Like
It's
a
another reason
good
to stay
gamer,
up, bud.
Eagle is there. Sorry.
Let's hear about it, man, because you know what? I think we've come to that point.
Oh.
You know, that bus boy's going around. He's starting to wipe down the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
There was aggressive hip-hop playing all night.
Yeah.
And then somebody hits the jukebox with that country song, and you're like, ugh. You're getting out there.
That passive-aggressive get out.
Nice semi-sonic, man. I appreciate that. That was good.
I love them. I toured with them. Folks, we appreciate all of our listeners, but we're gonna start getting into the nitty-gritty with our titles that we've been playing. I can't wait to hear about some Raid City. So we will bid adieu to our fans who may not want to hear our musings on these titles that we mentioned in this show. So thank you very much for listening. Tell a friend. And yeah, so it's okay. We'll be quiet while you leave.
Bye now.
Bye.
Yeah. No, you didn't forget your cell phone. You have it.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah.
here.
There
You can
go.
stay. No, so what do we want to spoil, man? Do you want to talk a little bit about Ring City, man? Like a cool boss or something that you saw?
Spoiler alert.
Ring City, bitch.
Okay, so Jacob, Eagle, you guys don't mind me telling you? I mean, at least
Hit
the
me.
biggest shocking moment that I felt in the DLC. Do you guys mind?
Hit me. Tell me. Dude, I want to know.
So, you basically get to right up until the last boss fight, and you come across a woman, and she's sleeping, and she is wearing a crown that really closely resembles what the firekeepers are wearing around their faces, their masks, and this nice young woman that is sleeping.
Were there like a whole bunch of messages that were like try finger butthole?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Quagmire
You already know
ahead.
it. Yeah, like giant chest. Yeah, things like that. Absolutely. Yes, they were everywhere.
Never gets old.
If you would play Dark Souls 1, that was in Gwendolyn's? No, not Gwendolyn's. Gwendolyn's chamber? I don't know. I can't keep it. Anyway. So, and you can tell she's blind, and this is Gwen's last living child, and I believe the first daughter. So she's probably the first firekeeper.
Not Guinevere?
No, not Guinevere. So she's like sleeping, and she's like holding this egg type looking thing, and against what basically every single NPC has told you along your journey to her bed chambers. You touch this egg, it crumbles, she awakens, the egg bursts into light, and the light fades, and she is now a corpse for apparently a very long time. She's dead, and the camera zooms out, and everything where you've been is just nothing but seemingly an endless sea of ash. Maybe a little bit of tops of buildings poking out of literally just a giant world-sized desert of ash.
Are they saying it's like the Dark Age?
Yes, the Dark Age, and that all this ash have accumulated from... Okay, please no one get mad at me. This is just how I perceive this, is that the linking of the fire, and then so many times over and again, and so many people waking up, trying to be the Ashen One or the Chosen Hollow, that they fail along their journey.
They just buried everything.
And they turn into ash over and over and over again. And the Age of Darkness is just... the entire world is then just filled with ash of fallen heroes. And yeah, I was like, holy shit. I don't know, that blew my mind at least.
Wow.
But see, the thing is, like, did we go into the future for this? This cutscene, or was it all like an illusion, like how Anor Londo was in the first one? I think it's a little of both, but
so it is
yeah.
the Age of Man, but as Ash. Age of cremated man.
Well, I mean, again, I kind of think just like the how many times the fire has been rekindled, like everyone has been burnt up, because to be a Lord of Cinder, your body is burnt up and essentially turned into ash, but you're strong enough that you can survive it. And all these people from the first game are still alive in this last one, which is kind of strange. But so they've throughout this whole time of Lord after Lord after Lord, the fire has been rekindled so many times over again that the world is now just buried in ash.
I always thought of it as like the fire faded so much that it's going to take a lot more than just a hero to get it going again.
Right, which is basically what happens, over and over again. But like, I used to think like when the fire was rekindled, it was like an explosion, because in the kiln of the first flame, in the first one, everything seems like it's been hit by a shockwave from you can basically pinpoint where the epicenter is from like these trees that have you can tell where the epicenter of the explosion was. So whenever I think of someone rekindling the kiln, I imagine a massive explosion and like wiping out and then a rebirth. But apparently it's not that. It's the first flame was like an explosion, and then now you're just kind of kindling that fire over and over again.
So the time passes. So you think time passes, and then you're there again, the same chosen undead, looking at a world of ash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So maybe it was like okay, you had your Dark Lord stuff. You're in order to, I don't know, maybe you were in your coffin or at rest for the time of the Age of Man, and it's kind of like a metaphor, like the epicenter was our nukes, and it's like a message saying that the Age of Man came, but the Dark Soul and humanity can potentially be so dangerous that they all killed themselves.
Yeah, well,
and so here's your Age of Man. All y'all killed each other. Like you need to be led by gods.
Yeah, yes, because the last boss is a NPC that's been not necessarily following you around, or maybe you following him since the Ashes of Arendelle, the first DLC, and that's the first time you meet him, and he's the last boss, and he's gone like mad with the Dark Soul, and he's killing all the. You find him where like. Because in the Ring City, it apparently was a place of the pygmies, and they were brought on from the Dark Soul, and he's like eating a corpse of a pygmy, and like eating him, and he's all like gnarly and massive now and kind of gorilla-like, but you can still tell he was throughout the DLC he's just a normal NPC like your size.
Do you think he was eating pygmies alive like Aldrich was eating people?
Yes.
He was like a devourer?
Because when walking up to the boss fight, you see a pygmy crawling, and he's like, the Red Hood's here. He's here to eat us all. And when you walk up, you hit a cutscene, and he's hunched over, eating a pygmy, and he sees you and stabs a pygmy and then throws it at you with his sword. Really reminiscent directly
trying to
from
gather
Artorias.
Dark Soul fragments.
Yes. So and when you walk up, he's like, give me that I don't know, damned thing in you, that Dark Soul. So he's been corrupted with the Dark Soul, and he's killed every, he was like one of the last people that have survived next to you, and he's been corrupted, and he's all gnarly, and he kind of walks like a gorilla and moves like a gorilla, and his boss fight's pretty difficult, I would say. But yeah, so then that's showing that. Because this tower that you go up to basically get into this boss fight is at the top of the Ring City, and you start pretty far down. So the whole time you go down, finally get to the Ring City, and then you got to go up to the top of the tower to find the ending. But then when the cutscene zooms out, the top of the tower that you just reached is barely above these mountains of ash. So I was like, holy
So time has definitely passed.
Yeah, like everything has been buried by ash.
Dude, can't wait to see it.
Dude, yeah, it was really beautiful and just mind-blowing. I was like, what's really going on, boys?
Mind blown.
That's awesome.
Hey, folks, sorry about that. It looks like we hit a little bit of technical difficulties with Skype. I think
Gotta love Skype. Letting me down.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Maybe we weren't supposed to spoil anything. I don't know.
Miyazaki got in there and threw a dagger.
NSA,
sorry.
man, we got flashbanged and shut down, man. Like a dispensary in San Diego, man. Like just raided.
It's legal there now.
But sorry. We'll be back with another show. Thanks again for listening so much. Hopefully next time we'll go. This is our first major problem that I think we've run into, boys. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're
But,
good. Brent finished his thoughts about, onion rings or ringing cities. Sorry.
Yep.
It's dinner
Gator
talking.
belts and patty melts, bud. So thanks again. If you hear us, tell a friend. Tell anybody we're just some dudes trying to make a show. And check us out on your favorite podcast catching software and on SoundCloud. And stay embered. Right, boys?
Yeah. You do you.
Yep. Thank you all.
All right.
Thanks,
Adios.
guys.
Bye-bye.